Great Friday morning, July 2nd, 2021. To God be the glory for yet another brand new opportunity to experience His faithfulness. I had this song on my mind today, and I know this is your testimony. It says, as I look back over my life and I can see how your love has guided me, even though I've done wrong. You've done wrong. We've all done wrong. You never left me alone, but you forgave me and you kept on blessing. This I recall to my mind. Therefore, I have hope. It's because of your mercy that we are not consumed, because thy compassions fail not. They are new absolutely every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Oh, I know that is your story today. And you know what? In 2Chron.33, I believe it talks about how, Hezekiah passed. Remember, he did so many great things. He sought the Lord and he rested. He rested in the bosom of the Lord. Well, his son Manasseh took over, and Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and he was a leader for 55 years. So that's what, until the age of 67. I was talking to a doctor yesterday, and he is 70, 71. I said, I know you're not thinking about retiring. He's like, no, give me a few more years. I'm like, come on. Then I was talking to someone else who was 72 years old, and he's thinking about retiring in September. Just gave his papers. I was like, keep on going. If the Lord gives you strength and a desire and purpose, continue. Well, Manasseh was 12 years old, and he started on the wrong foot. It says he did which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not follow the blueprint, the pattern of Hezekiah, his father. He did abominations. He built again everything that Hezekiah tore down, broke down, those altars and those idols and those groves to Balaam. He built them right back up. And he caused his children. He did that crazy child sacrifice. And he consulted with the witchcraft folks and the sorcery and wizards. And it says in verse 6, he wrought much evil in the sight of the Lord. Just acted foolishly. But later on in the chapter, it says that he was afflicted. Yes, he suffered so. And even though Manasseh calls the people of Judah to err, the Lord spake to Manasseh and to his people, but Manasseh wouldn't hearken. But later on, he was afflicted. In verse 12, it says, he besought the Lord his God, and he humbled himself greatly before the God of his fathers. Oh, I'm praying that we don't have to go through these great afflictions and then we realize. But that's like human nature. We have to go through sickness, bereavement, great suffering, great tribulations. Then we realize. Yeah. Well, and it says in verse 13, he prayed unto the Lord and he was entreated of him. The Lord heard his supplication and brought him again. He restored him to Jerusalem and to his kingdom. Then Manasseh knew that the Lord, he was God. He realized that God is on his throne. He was on his throne back then, and he still is on his throne today. Like I said last night, what Reverend Jeanette, Sister Jeanette said from Rainbow Push, and I concurred with what she said. We're looking at the tallies. They're gonna have a news conference or a city council meeting this morning. The police chief and the alderman, and they're trying to, have him give an account of all this crime. Don't we know that all this crime starts behind closed doors, whether behind the closed doors of a house or behind the closed doors of a car, and then they get out and do mayhem? Don't we know that it starts way before we see the police tape in the streets? It starts way before. It is indicative of a spiritual health epidemic that we're having. I thought about, and we were listing all of the young men who used to be part of our church growing up. And I said, now, wait a minute, all these young men are not out of Chicago, in the Chicagoland area. Some of them are still in state, but so many of them are gone. And you have to realize, and we know that some of them have gone to other congregations, other churches, but listen, when they leave the Lord, that's the issue. No, we don't want them to have to go through great afflictions and then come back. But we want them to realize that God is the same for their fathers and their mothers. He was the same back then for the grandparents, and he's still the same today. So, Psalms 92, it's a good idea for us to give thanks unto the Lord and to sing praise unto thy name, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, to announce his mercies every morning, for great is his faithfulness, even at the nighttime. So let's list. Usually I list all the things that I'm grateful for in the evening, but start your day too thinking about recalling God's goodness. Split it up and know that he will be with you throughout the end of time. All right. Have a great day knowing that the Lord is with you. Enjoy his faithfulness.